But thank you all very much for being here. Enjoy the great atmosphere we have here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can I bring you guys
It doesn't matter. All right.
Oh, we're missing a room.
Now we're moving to the bar.
Oh.
No, I hear nothing.
We'll go ahead and get started. Thank you all again so much for being here. Very exciting day. My name is Nick Curran. I'm the Louisville Bats broadcaster. We went with the non-drinker to MC this thing, so either a terrible idea or a great one. We'll see. Unrelatedly, if anyone needs a ride after this, I'm available. Thank you to our friends at Whiskey Thief for hosting the event today. What a great place for it, and this tasting room and great atmosphere. It is open daily for folks who want to check it out, and such a cool place right here in New Louisville. So definitely want to encourage anyone to make it in here. What a great spot. What we're here to do today is to announce a multi-year partnership between the Louisville Bats and Whiskey Thief Distilling Company, two great downtown area businesses coming together to bring some of this experience that we're enjoying here today to Louisville Slugger Field. As part of the partnership, Whiskey Thief will become the presenting partner of our ever-popular Louisville Mashers games, which will be back this year, and will become the presenting partner of the Stadium Club at Louisville Slugger Field. The upstairs bar and lounge area will now be the Whiskey Thief Stadium Club. But the centerpiece of the partnership will be what used to be our on-deck club. The before images are right there, so you can see what it used to look like. Starting this season, the On Deck Club is transformed into the Whiskey Thief Backstop. You can take a look at the renderings here around the stage. The backstop will continue to feature the padded seats in the first two rows behind home plate, as we like to say, closer to the batter than the pitcher is. But down the tunnel, the inside part of the backstop will be completely reimagined into a speakeasy-style lounge, climate controlled. It will continue to be. It'll be the first of its kind in minor league baseball, available for group and corporate outings, as well as single game purchasers, maybe looking for a little bit more to the experience. And it'll make a great space both on game days and non-game days for folks to enjoy. You can see from the renderings just how great this is going to be, and how cool of an atmosphere you'll have and how unique it will be. And the expectation is, thanks to our friends here at Whiskey Thief, that this area will be ready to go for the season opener coming up on March 27th, just over 3 weeks away. Bats PR manager Aaron Cheris is right there in the back. He'll have a release to hand out at the end of this if you want certainly more details. We believe this partnership will serve to enhance the already great experience you get at both our facilities, both at Louisville Slugger Field and here at Whiskey Thief, but also bring a whole new experience to the downtown and New Louisville area as a whole. To that end, we're honored to have here today the mayor of the city of Louisville, Craig Reber.
Well, thank you all so much for being here. This is really exciting. Combining two things that our city absolutely loves: baseball and bourbon. Each in their own right. So important to our city, so important to people who live here and our understanding of who we are as a city around the world. And bringing them together with great partners like our friends at the Louisville Bats and Whiskey Thief, this is truly amazing. This is truly a one-of-a-kind experience, as you just heard. The only minor league baseball team that's doing anything like this, and it's part of what the Bats continues to do in our city. Under their relatively new ownership, the investment in the team and in our city has been incredible. Supporting the team itself, supporting improvements to the stadium like we're celebrating today, and what I'm incredibly excited about is the project that's going to happen on the parking lot just east of the stadium, where the new Louisville Sports and Entertainment District is making great progress to become a reality, to have hotel, residential space, more restaurants, more office space, to really continue the positive momentum that we're seeing here in downtown Louisville. Well, I know it's a pretty gross weather day today, but I'm ready for summer. And when you think about summer, you start thinking about opening day and the Louisville Bats baseball season. And so now to pair that with Whiskey Thief Bourbon, to have these incredible experiences at the ballpark is going to be really great for our city. Louisville Bats has been part of our city downtown since 2000. And for 25 years, they've been creating great experiences for our community. And this one is really going to take it to the next level. to have a partner like Whiskey Thief with this great location here. And it's my understanding in only your 18 months of operation here, you've already welcomed over 100,000 people to this unique bourbon and music venue. And that's why this backstop at Louisville Slugger Field is so exciting, because we have two great partners that both have big visions for their own respective organizations and for our entire community. And when you pair it together, this is what you get. We want to do everything we can to celebrate Kentucky bourbon for people all across our entire city in so many different ways. Whether it's coming to wonderful distilleries like right here at Whiskey Thief, or now to have the opportunity for this unique experience at Louisville Slugger Field is truly going to be amazing. So I'm just excited to help celebrate this. I can't wait for opening day. It's going to be a big night for our city, and I'm excited to spend some time in the backstop during this upcoming baseball season. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and we're anticipating great weather on opening night. So we'll look forward to that. Without our next speaker, certainly none of this would be possible, and none of what we're announcing today. To talk more about this great partnership and share more about Whiskey Thief, please welcome the CEO and founder of Whiskey Thief Distilling Company, Walter Zapsch.
Thank you, Mayor Greenberg. That was exceptional. And Nick and everyone for coming. What a room. You guys really packed it out, which is exciting. So when the Bats organization reached out to us, I guess I first thought it might be a mistake because we're a little bitty craft distillery here. But when we met them, we realized that it was no mistake and it was a good fit. But before we did, Jeff, who's our COO, who helped really negotiate this whole deal and authored the whole thing you're getting ready to see, I wanted to make sure that we were working with a winning team. And so we did a little research, Jeff and I did, and I'm sure since you're all media, I'm not breaking any news, but what I learned from that research was that as of right now, I don't know if you know this, as of right now, the Louisville Bats are tied for first in the league. They're undefeated. Every batter is batting 1,000, and every pitcher has a 0.00 ERA, and it's a winning team. So congratulations to the Bats. That's amazing. But seriously, when we first met Greg and Michelle and Brett and Vince and the whole team, and everybody else I'm not naming, I apologize, we knew right away it was going to be a great partnership. They were very open to ideas and brainstorming and considering interesting concepts and working quickly. We're doing this very quickly. I got a little nervous when I was reminded we got to have this open by opening day, but we're going to do it. And so it's been a great relationship. The other thing that occurred to me as I was kind of thinking about what I was going to say was that as we're celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States, that bourbon and whiskey in the United States has this really long history. And it's really fitting that I think we're doing this. So, in fact, there's a book, one of my favorite books I read a long time ago called Men at Work by George Will, talks about how the troops at Valley Forge actually played a game called base. That was a prototype of the game that we now have called baseball. And those very same troops of George Washington were also given whiskey by George Washington. In fact, they were included as part of their rations. And George Washington distilled a lot of that whiskey at Mount Vernon. In fact, our distiller, who is not here, unfortunately, she was unable to make it today, but she's actually distilled on that very still at Mount Vernon at George Washington's distillery. So kind of a cool connection there. The other thing that George Will talks a lot about in the book is that baseball, like great whiskey, is a game of serious craft, right? That it's not just merely luck. It requires intense mental discipline. And like distilling and like whiskey, baseball balances sort of individual performance, batter versus pitcher, with intense teamwork. And I think the teamwork that's been brought together with the Bats and Whiskey Thieves has been exceptional. So this partnership just made sense to us. And Whiskey Thief And Louisville Bats pairing Kentucky's signature spirit with America's favorite pastime just is a winner. So we're big believers that whiskey is an experience that's best enjoyed when celebrating life with friends, when celebrating wins of your favorite baseball team, making those losses maybe a little bit better as well. And so we're excited about that. If you don't know what Whiskey Thief is, by means of introduction, we're a 14-year-old craft distillery. Our primary distillery is near Frankfort in Franklin County. There's a painting back there you can check out, kind of shows you what you see. We can only make about 1,000 barrels a year, so everything we do is single barrel, uncut and unfiltered at barrel strength the way nature intended it. We're not in distribution, so in addition to the farm where we have exclusive distribution rights on 127 acres, we also have exclusive distribution rights right here in Nulu, and so we're bringing the bourbon to Louisville. And it's been a huge, for the last 18 months, it's exceeded all expectations being in this location. There's starting to be like a little whiskey row forming here. I don't know if anybody's noticed. We're kind of midway between Angel's Envy and Rabbit Hole, and there's some other things going on, and so it's very exciting, and I think rising tide lifts all boats for us, so that's really great. To that end, revenue growth last year was over 37%. Total visitors, as you mentioned, we saw over 110,000, and so far 26 is exceeding all expectations and forecasts. So we're doing great. The other thing we do is we allow people, the primary thing we do, as I mentioned kind of that whiskey being an experience, is we let people taste straight out of the barrel. So using a thing called the Whiskey Thief, no, nobody stole anything. This is a Whiskey Thief. This is the tool that distillers have been using for as long as they've distilled to be able to go into the barrel, use a little suction to pull whiskey out of the barrel and put it in your glass and taste it, see how that barrel's coming along. That's the most authentic way we believe there is to taste whiskey, period. And so we enable every guest to come and taste from 5 barrels, which you'll see over there. We tell them the mash bill, the proof, the age, everything, all the biographical detail of those barrels, and really give them a chance, enable them to experience whiskey, I think, the right way. Whiskey's had a tough year. There's been a lot of headlines out there, but I'm telling you, it's bourbon and Kentucky is strong and going forward, and the people who are doing it right, and there's a tremendous amount of growth both in Louisville and the state that I think you're going to keep seeing, despite some of the noise you hear. So with that, today, well, first of all, so now I think it's official. I can put on my team hat. I was waiting for that moment. So we're announcing the Stadium Club and the backstop, as they mentioned. So the Stadium Club, which is viewed over here, as you guys can see, branding that. We will be doing some special bottle releases that will only be available at Slugger Field, Louisville Slugger Field. But the real thing that I'm very excited is the backstop. So this is, as they mentioned, if you guys don't know, the backstop is the space behind home plate, behind the catcher. And so right behind the catcher, there's a hallway kind of that goes down underneath the stadium, which is very cool. And you go down in that hallway, and at the end of that hallway is kind of what you see here on this first deal. What we'll be replacing it is a very cool bourbon experience. We're calling the backdrop, a place you can taste bourbon. There'll be food there during games, cocktails, all sorts of things. We're still kind of making some of that up, but that's going to be the experience, and so you can see it in those two images there. Both areas will feature premium products from Whiskey Thief and the Whiskey Thief look and feel. So we're super excited. I know you guys are excited. The amount of work that these two teams have done coming together to get ready for opening day is just really getting started, but it's been amazing up until this point. We only sort of pinned this deal not that long ago, and it's already moving very quickly. So we're very excited. So thank you guys again for coming. And with that, I'll turn it over to you. Oh, no. Today. Sorry, back to Nick.
Walter, certainly looking forward to working together with you all on behalf of the Bats for years to come. It's very exciting. And last but certainly not least today, to talk about all the excitement at the ballpark coming up and our partnership with Whiskey Thief, Louisville Bats President Greg Galliette.
Nick, thank you. Mr. Mayor, thank you for being here. Jeff, Walt, it's been great working with you guys. Where's Brett? Brett, we started this idea, 2.5 years ago? We finally made it, so congratulations. Brett Myers, our VP of Stadium Operations, he and I have been discussing this concept for about 2.5 years that we thought would be a perfect addition to what we already have as a great ballpark. And it took some time, but we finally got this to the right partner, which we're so excited about, and we got this across the finish line. Now the clock is ticking, and hopefully we'll have this ready to go for opening night. But again, on behalf of the Louisville Bats organization, we're excited for our new partnership with our friends at Whiskey Thief. When we first moved into this neighborhood back in 2000, Mr. Mayor, don't take this the wrong way, we were kind of thrown in here as a guinea pig to see if something would take in downtown Louisville. As the joke back then was, sometimes there weren't many people in downtown after dark. And we proved that if you do something really well, like Louisville Slugger Field, it can become the catalyst for what has now become basically a full-fledged neighborhood. And it's so exciting when you go out, especially during the daytime, and walk around down here, or on the weekends and see all the energy and the excitement. And now to take two businesses that are part of this neighborhood and bring them together and to create such a cool concept that we're going to see rise up over Louisville Slugger Field and hopefully bring reciprocal traffic back this way and expose people for the first time to what's going on here at Whiskey Thief. So again, on behalf of the entire Bats organization, we can't really say how excited we are. It's just, we can't wait. We have 75 home games this year to show this place off. But again, as Nick mentioned, there's going to be all kinds of opportunities when the Bats aren't playing baseball for private events. And the cool thing is we're taking a concept that we already had, which was our on-deck club, which provided the best seats in Louisville Slugger Field. If you've never sat there before, please, I invite you to take part in that because there's 2 rows of theater-style seats right behind home plate. I will say if you bring your young kids, they're going to hear some language because they're going to be so close to the field that maybe they've never heard before because you're actually sitting closer to the catcher than the pitcher is to the catcher. So you might hear some colorful language every once in a while, but it's such a unique experience. And as we've done in the past, we've in the past offered an all-you-can-eat buffet as part of your ticket down there, which includes also for the adults, all-you-can-drink beer and wine. And now we're going to add to that a bourbon experience that's going to make this, I think, the ultimate experience as far as any minor league ballpark in America has to offer. So again, on behalf of the Bats, Jeff, Walt, we're super excited for our partnership with you guys. Mr. Mayor, thank you again for coming. And before I walk away, I think Walt wants to come up here and make an announcement about maybe some special treats possibly before you guys leave.
So the Whiskey Thief team here, you can tell by their shirts there, are going to make sure everybody gets one of these glasses. So it's got our little flying glass bats collaboration logo there on the back. Whiskey, this is the glass we use to taste bourbon, so I'm going to invite you to do that as well. So anybody who's here, it's afternoon. You can go talk to people about the barrels, taste out of the barrel, see what we do, and invite you all to do that. In addition, you guys are, for everybody here who you're going to be getting a sample of the very first bottle put out with our little logo and some of the new rebranding for the Bats partnership that we're really excited about. So thank you guys for coming. Enjoy, have a little bourbon, hang out, have fun, and we hope to see you at the baseball stadium. So thanks.